Hey everyone, how are you? My name is Vanessa. Welcome to Intuitive Evolution. Wanted to talk a little bit about the moon in Taurus, then I want to talk another little bit about perfectionism and the inner critic. Now, moon in Taurus is inviting us to drop in even deeper into our bodies, to allow ourselves to connect to our breath, to be realigned and recentered by this organic thing that we were already born with, our breath. And so allowing ourselves to breathe in, to move away from our heads and our thoughts and all this energy of running around, to allow ourselves to be present. Hi, Bobby, how are you? I'm sending you lots of good juju. I know we're all in this process of healing. The moon in Taurus is a really good time to drop in and really connect to our breath and connect to what is happening. So I want to talk a little bit about this moon in Taurus and then a little bit about Virgo season coming up, and then I do have to hop off because I have a call. But sending you so much good juju and healing vibes. And really, truly, we're all in a process of healing, right? Whether it's secretly, yes, you do. You have to forgive. You know, someone said to me the other day that they thought that I didn't have any pain or I didn't go through much because every client that I have, every reading I do, that I do it with great love and great holding of space. The thing is, for most of us who are healers, we've been through so much, and forgiveness was the key for me, Bobby. Yes, it does, and then it keeps hurting. I hope you're working with a really good therapist or someone else. Absolutely. Hi. Hi, Malo, how are you? So I only have a few minutes, but I wanted to just give you some attention there and send you good thoughts and know that I'm with you. And then I hope that you're working with somebody who can really guide you through this time because you deserve it and you need it. We all do. So with the moon in Taurus, we're invited to drop into our body. We can access our body and more embodiment just basically by feeling our feet on the ground and even bending our knees without being too rigid. Most of us also, if you notice when you look around or even yourself, that our bodies are being altered by our computers. A lot of people's heads are leaning in more now. And so like on the side, you could see the neck like kind of leaning in like this because a lot of us are watching screens throughout the day. And so this moon in Taurus is inviting us deeper into our body, into embodiment, into just allowing ourselves to be. And so as we allow ourselves to be even more, and I know maybe we're running around, we're in and out of subways. Music is also really good. Yes. Allow ourselves to be with music, with expressing our body and our movement through any music that can help us. And so today, as you allow yourself to be even more, just know that this time where you're allowing yourself to be and drop in, you can let go of maybe all the things you have to do. Like, I know that we still have to pay bills, we have to get to work, but if there are some things that are not top priority, I would invite you to try to do it tomorrow or another day. Because tomorrow when Moon in Gemini comes in, we're going to have our thoughts, we're going to have a lot of things coming through that are going to get us moving and get us rolling. Hey, how are you? Talking about Moon and Taurus, about being embodied, listening to music, connecting to our breath, connecting to ourselves, and even allowing ourselves to rest. I have to tell you that I had a couch. Hey girl, I had a couch in my old apartment in New York City where I looked at it once and I'm like, oh my God, I've never fallen asleep in it. I've never fallen asleep in it. I've sat in it, I've entertained in it. And I was just that person that never really rested that much. It was like, go the day job, go this, build the business, do it. And now that I'm living in the country more, I'm living in central PA, I have hammock outside. I'm going to go lay in it in a bit. We do have to slow down at some point of our lives. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not going to move and groove, because that's what I'm about too. But we do have to drop in and allow ourselves some rest. So that's the message from Moon and Taurus. Allow yourself to find a pocket of rest even if you're busy. Now, to prepare you all, because we're moving into now the Virgo season. The Virgo season starts like in a day and a half. Already started to flow because Mars, the energy, tension and aggressor and activator, is in Virgo. So the focus on business, on work, on health, on the details. Venus is going in there too. The sun is either there, actually it's there right now, and eventually Mercury is going to make its way out of Leo, and so we're going to have like 4 or 5 planets in Virgo. Now, it could go a couple of ways. The best way that it can go is paying attention to the details of our healing, right? Of getting the right therapist, getting the right healer. This is for Bobby and anyone else who needs to hear that. Getting the right program, getting the right guide, reassessing your environment, your habits, and getting what you need right now so you can tap into the healer within. Now, if we flow into the other side, the shadow of Virgo is super critical. And so what we're going to find is that we might be very self-critical. I should be further along on my journey. I had a client the other day who said, I'm 30, I should have it all together. And I'm like, no, girl, that's what TV is selling you. That's what the magazines, online ads are selling you, maybe Instagram. But the truth is we're all in our own process. And do any of us ever have it all together? The moment we think we have it all together, something happens. What I can say about getting it together is that if we can cultivate an energy of presence, if we can develop a relationship with our intuition and the divine, and I said develop because we are all born with it, but if we can develop that connection to the divine and to our intuition, and if we can also learn or access some tools, and tools can be music, can be dancing, can be singing, can be art, right? We can tap into so many different tools, and that's how we can have it together. Because one day we can hear about something terrible that knocks us off our feet. We can get laid off. We can find out we have an illness. We can find out that somebody that we love has passed. There's so many things in life that can throw us off kilter. The most important thing, though, is, are you paying attention to the tools that you have, and can you get more? How do you get what you need in this crazy, chaotic world? So no matter what is happening, you can center yourself. And that's at the heart of Virgo. Virgo is hello, Evangeline. Virgo is also the priestess, is the person who works from home. And it is the one that tends to their own sacred flame. The Vestal Virgins in Greece and Rome, right? That is one of the ways that Virgo transmits itself, speaks to us, is through that image of how do we tend to our flame. And if criticism and perfectionism pop up, which are the shadows of Virgo, we need to step into more compassion for ourselves. I find that most of us have a lot of compassion for other people, but the minute we're not as quote unquote perfect as we would like to be, we're not as good as something as we'd like to be, or we don't get the validation or the love or the attention or the support, we start to cave in, put ourselves down. And so during this time that we're stepping into, and it's going to run like a month long, right? The Virgo season is going to be almost a month long, to really start practicing compassion and acceptance and gratitude. Meaning, I do improv. Sometimes I go out there, I'm funny. And sometimes I go out there and I'm like, I should have stayed home. But in that moment, I'm like, you know what, V, you did the best you could. It was what it was. You'll get back up there again. And so remember to practice that compassion for yourself. And Bobby, I just wanted to say, I don't believe that anybody's ever over the hill. I'm not as young as my contemporaries who are online and who are building businesses. There's a lot of 20 and 30-year-olds. I'm not that age. And I just wanted to say it's never too late for us, even if it feels that way. And I do encourage you to find support or therapist or someone who can help you to deal with this loss, because you truly, truly deserve it. And for all of you who are watching, remember, Moon in Taurus is allowing you to drop in, allow yourself to feel embodied and connected. And with this Virgo season that's coming, allow yourself to tend to your flame, to pay attention, to refocus on your top priorities. What are your top priorities? We can have 10. We can't do 10 all the time. What are your top 3? And allow yourself not to be so critical of yourself. The world will be critical of us. It doesn't need us hurting ourselves from the inside. And so if you internalized a critic like a parent or a partner or some early experience in your life, moving into forgiveness and releasing them. And releasing them, saying, you know what, I forgive you. I don't accept what you did. I don't appreciate what you did. But I'm going to release you from my energy field because I no longer want to give you power or time or energy in my mind, body, or spirit. And these invocations, this is what I'm saying. It's like an intention or an affirmation. It's an invocation. We're invoking the power of forgiveness and releasing and getting their energy out of our system. And so even during this time for us to say, I choose this priority. I choose forgiveness. I release my inner critic and I release the critical voices outside of myself. And if you're feeling triggered in the next coming weeks at all and feeling criticized, I was feeling like that a couple of months ago, and I had to sit down and go, well, what does this remind me of? Is this reminding me of an earlier time in my life? And it did. I had a critical dad, right? And so I was like, where do I still need healing? And when I realized that I still needed healing in terms of releasing my dad and forgiving him, I did that as another layer. And so just remember that healing is a process, and that we'll be talking about this journey as we go through. And I just wanted to pop in here. I'm sending you all a lot of love. Remember, embodiment, rest, paying attention to top priorities, and paying attention to that inner critic. We deserve love. We deserve forgiveness for ourselves and releasing other people. Again, we're not sanctioning what they did or accepting it. We're just going, bye, sayonara, take your energy with you. And we really deserve our own love because each and every one of us has been born for a reason. And the world makes us think that these reasons have to be huge, like president of a country, saving us from cancer. The truth is that every person, if we were just kinder to ourselves and we were walking around with that full loving self-love heart of kindness to ourselves, it'd be easier to be kinder to others. We wouldn't think about being so greedy or hurting other people if we were actually loving ourselves and having a divine connection. And so it really begins with us. When we love ourselves, when we are honoring ourselves and not loving, in that greedy way where I want everything, I deserve it. No, that I am a child of the universe, I'm a child of the divine, I deserve love, and so does every other human being on the planet. We give labels, like when people say, I want education for everyone, I want healthcare for everyone, immediately they're like, you're a socialist, you're a communist. No, man. I am a human being who suffered and struggled, and I believe people should have education and healthcare, and we can figure out a way to do it so it doesn't hurt people, right? And so it starts with us. And yes, health is a process, Bobby. So sending y'all so much love. Amanda, thank you for being here. I'm going to hop off and get to my phone call. Love y'all. I'll be here. And if you're looking to explore hypnosis as a healing tool, get an Akashic record reading, or even check out some of my retreats. I have retreats for women coming up March in Pennsylvania and April in Mexico. Just go into my profile and check it out. People are already enrolling, and I'm excited to continue supporting you, connecting with you, and exchanging energies. So much love, and let's keep shining the light. The world is in pretty crappy state, and we need to be in a good one as empaths and intuitives so we continue the good juju. Much love.